listening to the Dynamic Women podcast. Each week, you'll be inspired by our global community of women. They'll share with you tools and stories to help you be dynamic in every area of life. Here's your host, award-winning coach, and the CEO and founder of Dynamic Women, Diane Rolston.
New year, new you. That statement is heard so much, and I'm going to tell you how it's wrong. So hello, lovely dynamic women, and welcome to the Dynamic Women podcast. I'm Diane Rolston, your host, and today I'm going to get pretty passionate. Dynamic women are awesome. You're dynamic, whether you're a man or a woman. And so often at this time of year, there's so much marketing about how you need to be new, how you need to be different. And while, in one side, it can give you hope, it can give you excitement for the possibility, it is often just such a big and hard task to fulfill. And so instead, I'm going to talk today about the 5 things that you really should change, you'll really want to change, rather than changing you to a place where you feel like you have to be completely new, right? You don't have to be a new you. It's more about turning the volume up on how awesome you really are. I'd like for you to just think about if you were to Google New Year, New You, what would you find? You'd find marketing for things like health products, stuff around your finances, things around having a new business, everything telling you basically that you're wrong, that you're not enough. And as Brené Brown says, she's done a ton of research on it to find that the number one limiting belief is you are not enough. So this whole factor of promoting and marketing around New Year, New You is making you not good enough. Like you have to be a different person. But I believe that we are all awesome. We are not broken. We don't have to be fixed. But what we do need is to just turn up the volume on the things that are great. Maybe turn up the volume on the things that are muted in us. We don't have to change who we are. It's more about, have you ever done that, like that line drawing thing in grade school where you laid down on a piece of paper and a classmate came with a pen or a Sharpie or something and drew an outer line around you? Well, if we think of that as being the full you, maybe some people who are sitting in not enough, or some people who think they need to be new and need to be different, they're only living in a very small piece of that outline, very small piece of the inside of that. And to live fully as who you are, it is taking like every little bit of space inside that line drawing, from like to the tips of your fingers, to the ends of your hair, to every last bit, every last cell of you. You are living in you fully. That's more what we need to be working towards. That's what will actually help us in the future to get more of what we want, to be more confident, be more satisfied, and it all boils down to being happier. The first thing that you're going to want to change every year is your goals. So look back at your past goals. Which ones did you achieve? Great. They can come off your list of goals you want to achieve. How about the ones you didn't achieve? Do you need to release them, let them go? Do you need to recommit to them? Or do you need to replace them? So there are 3 different things that you can do with each goal of the past. And then this year, you need to create new goals. The second thing that you want to do, rather than creating a new you, is create a new vision. This next year, this next 12 months, there's so many possibilities. What do you want for your big picture? And once you create your big picture, you're going to want to make a vision board so that you can look at that vision, so you can see what it's going to be, so you can really tap into its power. The third thing that you're going to want is new intentions. New intentions for the next year, for the next 12 months. By knowing what your goals are, knowing what your vision is, you're going to be able to come up with the right intentions for you. And intentions are more around who do you want to be? So maybe if one of your goals is that you want to lose 10 pounds, or like one of the women on my the Diane Rolston show that I did on Facebook, she said she wants to do a mini triathlon. So that's a goal, and the intention could be to be committed, to be consistent. So these kind of ways of being, that's your intention. To be committed to putting energy into yourself. Intentions around who you want to be will help you to achieve that bigger vision and the goals. The fourth thing that you'll want to change is a theme. You're going to want to have a new theme for the year. And what I find is a lot of people, they just pull that little theme as a word out of thin air with no background to it. So you're really going to want to look at the past 12 months in a strong way in order to see, what does this next year need? A theme will help to give you like an essence of what you want the year to be like. And the fifth thing that you'll want to create is guidelines. Now, guidelines are simple, short statements that help to guide you to where you want to be. Now, they are not steps towards getting to your goals. Definitely not. What they are more so is learnings from the past that you've created in a way that are memorable, that are unique and true to you, and that are short and sweet. And in that, they are going to help you to make better decisions, to stay on track, and to not lose those golden nuggets of wisdom from the previous year. Now, all of these 5 things should only be done once you have properly closed off the previous year. And closing off the previous year happens when you review all the good stuff, all the bad stuff, and you grab all the learnings from it, and then you boil it down to wisdom. Then the next step is you create your guidelines from that. After you create your guidelines, you can then create your vision for the year. Your vision will help you to create your goals. And then after you've created your goals, you will be able to create and set intentions and create a theme. Because after you've gone through this process, this is a process I do every year. I do it with my clients every year. I've called it, the program's name is Dynamic Year. And in going through this process, it's going to be very clear with tangible steps that give you tangible, like these exact things are telling me what my theme is, rather than just, that word looks good, or that word seems trendy, or, I heard that word and it was good. So you're actually going to have the proof, the evidence. There are a lot of steps, a lot of processes that are very simple, yet most people don't do them. The review of the previous year is crucial to getting the right goals, the right vision, the right intentions, the right theme, and the right guidelines. So for you, I hope that you do not feed into this idea that you are not enough, that you need to create a new you. You don't. That's why I actually created the whole Dynamic You program, because people kept saying to me, I want to be different. I want to be like you. I want to change things about me, or I'm broken. I need to be fixed. No. You are dynamic. You are awesome just the way you are. It's just about turning up the volume, cranking that up on things that are going really well, on ways that you are being that are awesome for you. Also, it's looking at the pieces that are lying dormant and helping them to expand so that you can live more fully as yourself, right? Because when you live fully as yourself, you're more satisfied and you're more happy. You're happier. That's like the key to what every client I've ever had, that it all boils down to being happier. So if you are finding that you are feeling not enough wherever you are in your life, or if you're feeling like you need to create a new you, send me a message. If you have questions about this topic, you can message me at dianerolston.com, or you can comment below. Tell me if this resonates with you, this pressure to be different, to be more than you were last year. Let me know how that feels. And if you are creating goals or a vision, any of these 5 things, Tell me how that goes for you, how that process is for you, and what you find helps. Now, if you want to do this together, you do have the opportunity of doing Dynamic Year with me. The link to do it online in the home learning program or to join and do the group sessions with me, the link will be in the show notes, so you can check that out. I'm getting messages from so many of you. Thank you, thank you. What I'm going to start doing is sharing your messages on the podcast. So if you would like me to share your comments on the podcast, to do a shout out to you, please send me an email, Diane@DianeRolston.com, and I'm going to start reading them on air on the shows, give you a little shout out. And also what I'm going to do is every month, I'm going to take all the people that put comments, all the people that sent me emails, that sort of thing, everyone who reviewed, and I am going to do a draw. And every month, I'm going to choose one person who will receive a book from me or receive a program from me, something. It's a really great way for you to be rewarded for engaging with this podcast and investing in yourself, the time that it takes to listen and to do the work. Because what I hope is you listen along and then you answer some of the questions and you implement in your own life. That is my intention for having this podcast, is that it makes ripple effects in your life. Not only to you, but that it ripples out to all of your loved ones and every area of your life that matters the most. So it's time to sign off. Remember, you don't need to have a new you. There are 5 other things that you can change up every year to create the happiness and satisfaction that you desire. So until next time, stay dynamic.
Thank you, Dynamic Women, for joining us today. Please hop on over to iTunes to subscribe and leave us a review. Who do you know who needs to hear our message? We'd love it if you'd share our channel with your friends and family. If you're ready to be more dynamic, have more balance and more success, head over to www.dynamicwomenclub.com/free gift for your Key to Success book. Stay dynamic.